My name is Jana, and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories. Episode... I have no idea. I forgot to check. I have not been here for a while. It feels like forever, but it has only been a couple of weeks. But yeah, life has happened. I will give you an update during our knit and chat. But this is my little video podcast, mostly about knitting. Sometimes there are other crafts as well, but today I think just knitting. I'm so happy you're here. Warm welcome to all the new viewers and to my returning viewers as well. There has been a lot of new viewers, which is very exciting. And yeah, I just want to thank you all for spending your time with me. So, I'm coming to you from Finland, from a place named Kotka, which is right by the sea, down in the south, southern Finland. And today is Tuesday, November 8th. We are currently in my craft room. It's late afternoon and it's very dark. I hope the light is okay. I had to pull out my extra light. I usually don't use light while filming because I prefer the natural daylight, but the reality is we just went back to the winter time. We did the switch and now it's getting dark very, very early, and and it's been rainy, and the reality, autumn in Finland is not the brightest time. So we're just trying to get through it. But yeah, I hope the light is okay. I think it's bothering me probably the most, but it's either this or nothing. Okay, let's go to knits because I have a few. I have not been knitting for a while, but I have a few knits to show you. And then we will have our traditional knit and chat at the end where I will give you a life update. And you can find me on Instagram as Kettunits and on Ravelry as Kettunits, and all the important information is in the description box down below or on the side, depends on your device. Okay, let's do our usual thing and start with the finished objects. I only have one. You can see it here. It's autumn themed. I finally made myself a knit pumpkin. I did it. There are a lot of great pumpkin patterns out there, and I think I have downloaded a few, and I did not use any particular one for this, but I think I got an inspiration from several ones, but you can find a lot of them, I think, free and paid for. Most of them are free all over the internet, including here on YouTube. So this is just a very, very simple, easy knit. I made it a while ago. I just have not had time to show you. I didn't show it to you because I was missing my cinnamon stick that I added here. Yeah, what to tell about it? This used to be a hat. It used to be a beanie with some wool, and it had yellow Highland wool and 2 strands of mohair, one in mustard yellow and one in rusty orange. You can see it here maybe. And then I frogged the hat. I didn't like something about it. I don't remember what. I think it was too big. Something was wrong with the hat, and I frogged it, and I had this big ball of 3 strands of yarn that I did not want to separate, and I just decided to make a pumpkin with it. And I still have a leftover, so I could probably make a smaller pumpkin as well. And then I just added cinnamon stick there and some ribbon from my stash, some gingham ribbon, and that's it. This is it, our fall decor, autumn decor it lives in our living room. It's soon time to pack it away because I'm already getting into Christmas mood. It's November, I'm allowed to. So yeah, but I like my autumn decor as well, and now I have a pumpkin, and I think I need to make a few more probably. We have a ceramic sorry, mohair is itching my nose. Mohair. I have a ceramic pumpkin as well and some other autumn things, but this is lovely. I think it's charming, and it's very easy to make. You can basically make one of these in the evening. Yeah, I don't have any specific instructions for this, but I think a lot of other makers and yarn companies have patterns for the pumpkin. I just basically made a like a sack, and then I tied here with the yarn. I stuffed it, and yeah, I don't know. So a pumpkin we have. Oh, my little fox has fallen over. Sorry for the distraction. There. There I have a pumpkin. And I don't have any other finished objects because I have not been knitting for a while. But I'm wearing my ranunculus today because I blocked it and I love it. It's absolutely lovely. You have seen this before, but I think you have not seen it blocked. Ooh, I found some piece of hay. um, this is patterned by Knit Cafe Midori, very popular pattern, and I knit mine in 2 strands of Nutiden, which is a Swedish unspun, and I used 300 grams for mine. I had 3 plates and I used them all, every single drop. I noticed that's my leftover. That's all I have left from 300 grams. I think I had a bit more than 300 grams, probably. They're usually overweight. But it's a normal length. It's not cropped. It's a normal length, and I made long, nice. I don't fit in the screen. Long, nice, cozy sleeves, and I don't know what else to tell about it. I have got a couple of questions about it, and I used the regular cast on and the regular bind off. I did not do any tubular or any fancy schmancy cast ons because it's unspun. I did not want to take a risk of ruining everything. And then I had a question about the size, which size I made, and I initially started size 3, which would have been for my, yeah, which would match my measurements, but I was, I think, somewhere here when I realized that it's too big. It's huge. I had too much extra fabric in the armpits, and on the back I had these sacks, and it was not fitting nicely because I don't know, it was just too much. I think it also depends on the yarn you have. If you have something a bit more drapey, like this is not very drapey. So it's probably fine. Like, I have made 2 of them before, and bigger sizes have been okay. They are quite wide. One is in like linen and another one is in merino bamboo, and they are drapey, and the extra fabric does not bother me. But this one was clearly too much, so I ripped it back till the yoke, till, yeah, here are a bit of raglan increases, till that raglan increases, and then I knit size 1. I like the first size, the smallest one. I have a 95 centimeter bust, which is about, I don't know, 37 inches, I want to say. So if you, and my gauge was spot on. So if you have a bust like mine or a bit smaller, and you don't want too much extra too much positive ease, I think size 1 should be just fine. Yeah, so normally I would have made size 3, but it just did not feel right. It felt too big. That's shortly about my ranunculus, and I've been enjoying it very, very much. It's warm, it's cozy, because it's already rather cold here. We don't have snow yet. It's been quite wet and icky, and I think it just feels colder because it's moist. So what else? That's all about the finished objects, and this is technically not a finished object. You have seen it before, so I want to show you a couple of my whips. And I think I will show you 3. WIP stands for work in progress. I will show you 3. This one you have seen before. It's a beanie. It's I'm So Mohair beanie by Henna Ketonen. It's a free pattern on Instagram, and I think I'll try to link it down below. And you can find, I think, the link also under my previous video. This is the closest I'm willing to get to a black beanie. I wanted a black beanie, but this is my take on a black beanie. Yeah, And I'm knitting it using one strand of my own hand dyed, which was a Halloween color, and then 2 strands of mohair, one in black and one in this weird like chalk oyster white. I don't know, I don't remember the color name, but this is Isager and this is Rowan Kid Silk. Anyway, Mohair by Rowan. This is very, very old. It's from my stash. And this one I bought at TT2. And yeah, that one I dyed. And so far it's just a tube, and I started decreases on this tube. It looks awfully long, but that's because we're gonna fold it twice. It's a wonderful pattern. I'm doing decreases and not much left because I really don't have much yarn left. I hope I have enough that we don't need to play yarn chicken and I don't need to substitute it. There is my autumnal stitch marker. And it lives in one of my favorite bags by Bertie and Poppet. I love Jill's bags. They are lovely. She has an Etsy store and I highly recommend checking it out because I saw there are some autumnal bags and probably soon there will be Christmas bags as well. And these are lovely. This fox bag is one of my favorites. Of course, foxes. Yeah, I don't know. Should I try it on? Should I give it a go? Will it look absolutely silly? Let's try it on. Let's see. It's folded double. Fold it twice. Pull a bit yarn. Okay, I'm gonna look silly now. How does it look? That looks weird because I have needles sticking out there. But I think you get the idea of how it's supposed to look. So, like that, it's a big squishy, very warm beanie. Yeah, I think I love it. It's gonna look great. And yeah, black, not really black, but I got inspired from Henna. She made a very similar one with some hedgehog fibers, and I was thinking, no, what could I use? And then I decided that my own yarn would be just perfect, and it's a fun little knit. It has taken me forever to finish it because I have had some health issues, but I'll talk about those later. So slowly but steadily we're moving forward. Yeah, okay, that's one of my active very slow going whips. And another one you're probably all waiting to see what's going on here. What's going on here with my mystery knit along by wonderful Mr. Stephen West. And yeah, everybody has probably seen it, but if you don't want spoilers, look away. The knit along is over and I'm terribly behind and I'm not stressing about it. I'm just taking it easy because I was not able to knit on it, and I will eventually catch up. And that's absolutely okay. So I have managed to finish clues number 1 and 2 fully, and now I'm on a clue number 3. I'm knitting the seat belts. And I will just show you my bat shawl. When I laid it out on the floor, hubby asked, why do you have a bat shawl? I said, yeah, I do. And I like it. So this is my bat shawl. The colors look weird because of the artificial lighting, but I think you have all seen it before. And yeah, in the middle is clue number 1 that I'm obsessed about. I did not like knitting it, but I love the look of it. And clue number 2 are these side wings, and with those cables down there. And this is clue number 3. I just started it and I still can't work on it because it's a lot of purling and I can't do much of purling at the moment. So here it is. That's where I'm at. And as you can see, I took a mohair there this time. I've made several mystery shawls by Stephen, and it's the first time I took the mohair there because I did happen to have a matching mohair for my pop color. yeah, I'm not stressing about it. I will finish it. And I want to finish it. I've seen people giving up and just just turning it into something else or frogging it but I'm definitely going to finish it. It's just going to be a bit longer than usually, but that's okay. That's okay. I think many of us are still behind, but it doesn't really matter. Main thing that we're enjoying it and having fun. So, yeah, that's my second active active. It's not really active. It's my second whip, but I needed to show it to you because I managed to get to clue 3 and still two more clue 3 and clue 4 to go. So I'm like halfway. And now I will show you the thing I've been working on the most lately, as much as I could, and it's my cozy memories blanket that I'm knitting as a Christmas gift for our daughter. And now I'm in the middle of the square. But I will try and show it to you. The thing is that I'm almost done with this monstrosity. You haven't seen it for a while, and actually we have a happy scrappy blanket make along going on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and find the episode where I talk about the happy scrappy blanket mal. And there is also a post in the Ravelry group and on Instagram. Basically, if you're knitting a blanket using scraps or not, you can join. And the whips are okay, and just join the fun. It runs till like middle of next year. And yeah, I'm participating in my own make along. So yeah, knit, crochet, even sewn is fine. Whatever. As long as it's a blanket, or maybe if you start a blanket and end up with a pillowcase, nobody's gonna judge you. Yeah, this is a judgment-free zone. So I don't know how to show this. This is huge. I'm at the end of a row. I have like 3 squares left till end of the row, and I have added a lot to it since I last time showed it. I added 1 full row on a side because I decided I want to make it wider, that it's not wide enough. And then I don't know, I have added like probably three, yeah, the column on a side. It can be a row, that depends how you look at it. 3 whole rows, or maybe even 4. I don't know. Anyway, this thing has grown. It's enormous. It's I have problems lifting it, but I'll try. It's just a huge blanket, and I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do maybe 1 more row, if even that, up here, and then I will just go to the I-cord border. I don't know. Does she need it any bigger? I have not decided. I might just keep going, but my initial plan, I think, was just 1 more row and then it's done. Yeah. So hopefully I will be done before Christmas, so I could focus on some other things as well, because I have my lovely Christmas sweater still waiting for me, and I wanted to knit a couple of pairs of socks before Christmas. I don't know. I know I don't have time for everything, but plans. You can always make plans, right? Yeah, I think those are all my knits that I wanted to show to you today. I don't have anything else. So let's do knit and chat. I didn't grab anything else. I have a hat, but I need to do decreases there. So I think I'll knit on this. It's easy. It's easy. Okay, so let's do knit and chat. What happened is that I already started editing, and then turns out that my audio disappeared from the last 10 minutes. So I need to do the knit and chat again. I hope I can remember everything that I talked about, but yeah. So, just a quick life update. What has happened in these past couple of weeks? Yeah, I have not been able to knit for almost 2 weeks because I hurt my arm. I hurt my wrist quite badly. It was sprained, and I'm just now recovering. Luckily, I can knit now, but it was bad. I was in quite a lot of pain. Luckily, it was not broken, it was not cracked, it was just sprained badly. But yeah, even that can take like minimum of 2 weeks to heal. You're lucky if it heals in 2 weeks. It can take months to heal. Uh, mine, mine is okay. Some things are still feel weird and not comfortable, but I can knit very slowly, but I can, which is good news. So basically, what happened? I fell. Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I fell, and I fell quite a while ago when I was. Remember when I was visiting the autumn market in Jyväskylä? I was there running in the yard, and there were those big stone steps. It was raining, it was slippery, and I slipped and I fell on my arm. I had a choice, my arm or my face. I think the face would have been a better choice. At least I could have been knitting this whole time. It would have healed faster. Yeah, but okay, I fell on my arm, and at that moment it wasn't bad. It was hurting a little bit, but nothing, it wasn't bothering me much. So I just kept going. And yeah, then I came home, a couple of days passed, and I had an office day. I was sitting at the computer whole day. I was editing photos and I don't know, updating the store and doing some other things on the computer with a mouse like this whole day. And then in the evening, I could not move my arm. Then at night, it got swollen. It was hurting like from here till here, and it was pretty bad. I was in a lot of pain. I had to take painkillers and use this arm support, whatever, wrist support, and anyways, it was not fun because I could not knit, I could not drive a car, I could not write or do a lot of things. Like even brushing teeth was weird because I had to do it with my left hand, and yeah, so I tried to rest, I tried to take it easy, and I'm rubbish at resting. Truth be told, I'm absolute rubbish at resting. I don't know how to do that. And especially if I can't do one thing that calms me down and brings me joy. I could not knit. Awful, right? Absolutely awful. Knitter's worst nightmare. Yeah, and I tried to read a book. I was like, yeah, okay, finally I have time to read a book. I read like 40 pages and I was like, this is not fun. I just want to knit. Yeah, I tried to do puzzles, I tried to do Legos, all with one left hand, and it was not working out. It's just, I was feeling down. I was feeling upset, depressed, frustrated, and yeah, it was not good. And the kids had autumn holidays at the same time, so they were home, and our little one got sniffles because she spent whole weekend outside and it was quite wet, and maybe she got a bit cold, and then she had sniffles the whole holiday week, so we couldn't go anywhere. And anyway, I couldn't drive because hubby was working and I was home with the kids. Luckily, my mom decided to surprise us, and she came here for a holiday, and she helped me a lot with the kids because I don't know what I would have done here with one arm and two kids. Clearly outnumbered. Uh, yeah, but luckily it's better now. It's all good. I can knit. I'm regaining my sanity. So I was lying around and I was working a bit. Hubby was helping me in the evenings to do my work, to pack orders and get them out, because clearly it's a bit challenging one-handed, and he was kindly driving me around wherever I needed to go, and he was great help. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm still I'm still a bit emotional about the whole experience. But when you have one thing that you rely on to calm you down, yeah, because knitting has always been that thing, and then you lose that, and then you realize how important it is in your life when you just want to knit and you can't. I could not even watch knitting podcasts because I was just like, I want to knit all those things that other knitters are knitting. So I was not watching them. Instead, I watched cleaning and organizational videos. I like binged watched all sorts of, I don't know, cleaning videos, and then I was decluttering our home. Not that there is much clutter, but I was getting rid of things we don't use, and then I decided that I want to rearrange this space. I want to do something here and I can't figure out what. I don't know. I want to change something here before Christmas, move some stuff around, and I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this space, but something. I don't know. I get that feeling from time to time that I just I want a little change around here. Sometimes I just move furniture around and that's fine. I might even put it back in a while, but I just need something. That's very budget friendly, just moving furniture around. It costs nothing. Yeah. I don't know what else. I have not been knitting, so I have not been buying yarn or anything knitting related. Weird, right? Um, I've been trying to find joy in little things, small things around, and I've been getting into Christmas mood very slowly. I'm still fine with autumn, but when you go to stores, it's full Christmas. The Christmas is on everywhere. So I've been slowly thinking, what do I want to do? What kind of crafts I want to make? I want to work on some Christmas knits, but I would need to finish this first. Yeah. I have a Christmas sweater waiting for me, and I want to make a couple of pairs of Christmas socks probably, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do much of gift knitting this year, probably not, but I have plans. And some of you have been asking about Vlogmas. Is it happening this year? I hope so. I hope nothing extraordinary happens and the Vlogmas is happening. At least that's my intention right now, that we will do Vlogmas. Last year was so much fun, and yeah, I will try. I will definitely try to do Vlogmas this year. Yeah, so nothing much is happening except it's dark, it's autumn, and I've been just trying to stay positive, because life happens sometimes, and change of plans, and things don't go like you wanted, but you know, right? You all know what I'm talking about. It's just life, I guess. And we can be upset about it, or we can get over it, because I think there is not really a point of being upset. I know I was frustrated, but that's because I could not knit. But I'm trying to get back to my happy place. And like little things, like we opened the glögg season. It's like a hot drink. It's like a, I don't know, mulled wine, I guess. It's non-alcoholic. It's like made of juice and spices. I don't know, how do you call it in other countries? We call it glögg. We opened this season. We have had it already twice. And then I've been filming little snippets around, and I think I will insert little snippets at the end from the past 3 weeks. I don't know. Is there anything else really? I probably forgot to mention something, but I guess we will leave it for the next time. So, I hope you have all been well, and let me know what you're working on, or what's up, what's new. I have fallen out a little bit from everything, but I'll try to get back and just Just be my usual self. A bit silly, you know. You know we're not very serious people around here. Okay, but anyways, I was very happy to see you here. It was nice chatting with you, and I missed this very very much. And stay safe, stay warm, and I will see you very soon. Thank you, and heippa.